Here, kitty. Come on, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty. Come on, girl. Come on. She sees the light. Okay. I want to talk to you guys for a minute about cat training. Well, I'm really good with animals, but I want to tell you guys a couple things about taking care of animals. Now, Kitty's not that old. We haven't had her that long. We got her a couple months ago, maybe more like a month or so. You guys remember when we got our car, we got the cat. She was a stray outside, and she's a, oh, now I can't think. I'm not talking straight, guys. What kind of cat are you? Anyway, she's a happy cat. So, anyway, a couple things about training your cat, and every cat is different because, you know, it's like dogs. What kind of blood is in them. Now, this kind of cat will act just like a dog. Like I patted my lap and she came to me. If I say the magic word T-R-E-A-T, she will do just about whatever I want as far as, you know, she'll go into the bathroom, and that's what I wanted to do when I say that, and get her treat so I can put her in there for a few minutes while I cook dinner and stuff, because she's at that kitten stage and she goes a little wild. So anyway, she's a lot of fun. Why don't you pussycat? But a lot of it with training animals is time. Now, when you're a mom and you got a bunch of kids and stuff like that, it's not always that easy to do everything, because, you know, you have other things that you have to do to take care of your family. And, oh, I know, she's a Maine Coon. Couldn't think straight. You have a lot of other things to do to take care of your family. Now, people like Maine Coon cats because they feel like they're more friendly and they get bigger and stuff like that. And usually you can see on your cat things like they get the little ear tips, and some people say the M, but some people get upset when you say that because a lot of cats have the M. But she is super friendly. You can see how she's putting her head back. She wants me to pat her. But I'm alone with my cat a lot, so I have a lot of time with her because it's just her and I. And for a while, when we first got her, she liked Clay, but Clay was always busy, so she kind of came to me more, but now she comes to Clay more too. You know, she comes to both of us, but in the beginning, you know, Clay was outside, it was fall, but she likes both of us. But, you know, basically, if you work with your animals and you spend a lot of time, they will do all kinds of stuff. And then, of course, you got to, you know, it's kind of like you got to learn their way, their personality. Because some animals, they're just not going to do things that you want them to do. Like, I had a beagle, and my beagle would do some stuff that my Boston Terrier and him were different. Like, my Boston Terrier was super, like, he would leap, he would dance, he would do all kinds of tricks, and he enjoyed doing it, where we had a game that we played with our beagle. It was called Where's the Squirrel, and he could never really catch a squirrel, whereas my Boston Terrier could catch a squirrel, so obviously I couldn't play that game with him. But we'd play a game and we'd say, where's the squirrel? And he'd run outside really quick, and it was just really cute to see him run outside quick, but he couldn't catch a squirrel. But they all have their different personalities and things that they do. And now my mom and dad had a Boston Terrier too, and their Boston Terrier was nature totally different than mine. It's just he was more hyper and excitable, and I used to laugh and say we had the wrong dog, where mine was just really laid back. But anyway, I'm just sharing that if you get an animal and you want to do some work with it, now usually my thought is if you get them from the time they're a kitten, it's easier to train and work with them. And, you know, you just kind of go with their nature. But, you know, you can't have your cat take over your house or your dog or something like that, although Katrina feels like she owns the house and we live with her. But, you know, she is super friendly, as you can see. But that's because I'm alone with her and I have lots and lots of time. Like if she comes and she wants attention, I spend the time with her. There are some times that I just can't because maybe I'm cooking dinner or working on something, but I try to give her the attention when she asks for it, so she feels like she's not always getting pushed aside, because sometimes that happens, you know, you have an animal and you love them, but you're busy, you know, especially if you're a mom with a bunch of kids. But if you're interested in working with animals, I have found that almost any animal, if you just spend the time, whether it's a chicken, a horse, or whatever, but it's a lot of it is learning that animal and the time, and that they're happy, and food does wonders. Food is a key to, if you want to do tricks and stuff, obviously you always pretty much should use food. But I'm just enjoying her as a cat, and not as a trick cat or anything. But it is fun when I pat my lap and she jumps on it, because I didn't know a cat would do that. And it is fun to have her play her little games. She discovered the laser. We have the laser game, and things like that. And but those are just some thoughts on, if you decide that you want to train, like I said, just about any animal. It's all about putting the time in and learning how that particular animal behaves. And don't expect anything, just enjoy them for who they are. And that's the main thing, is lots of pats, treats, hugs, and letting them feel happy with you is the big key. And, taking them for who they are and what kind of critter they are. I mean, everybody's animals are different, and it doesn't mean one is better than the other. It's just, like, to me, I'd rather have an animal that enjoyed me and being with me, whether it was a real expensive dog or just an old stray I found on the street. I just like to have an animal that enjoys being with me, and that's what I like, companionship. So anyway, that's what's going on with Katrina. You can see she's doing good. She is at that kitten stage where, like, maybe I'd say getting to that teenage stage where she's wild sometimes. She runs through the house, she jumps around, she acts crazy. And we have anti-kitty if she keeps jumping on the couch, which is basically we just give her a quick squirt with the water bottle so she's not eating the dinner right after I cook it, so she doesn't, walk all over the kitchen tables and counters and everything. But she's a good animal. So just a couple thoughts. You can see she's very, very happy. She's very content. She's perfectly content to be a kitty cat. So like, subscribe, and tell me about your animals. I love animals. I think it was a blessing for me that Clay likes animals too. So anyway, we'll see you in our next video. Bye bye, kitty.